How much of a better left hook do you think your son has over Ryan Garcia?
It's a much better left hook. It's not a faster left hook, but it's a much better left hook. It's a much better quality. What they say, you can choose quality over speed if you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Ryan's left hook is more of a whip. It's more of a whip. It's more of a whip action with hook, and I think it's about the placement of it possibly, and how it hits you. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, he really don't throw it correct. He don't really throw it technically correct, which is why it's so fast. You feel what I'm saying? It's just a whip. It's a whip.
Yeah, he telegraphs it a little bit. He
Yeah,
pulls
he
it.
don't.
He pulls
Yeah,
it a little bit just to, and you can see it.
yeah, he don't throw it technically correct. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk, but it's very effective. Who am I to tell a man, with a left hook like that, what he doing wrong? I wouldn't tell him what he doing wrong. And if I was training him, I wouldn't stop him from doing it. You know what I'm saying? I would just give him a couple of different variances of that same hook. You feel what I'm saying? But it's been working for him, so I can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? But that's actually me saying he's not doing it correctly is giving him props for it. You feel what I'm saying? That's how bad it is or how hard it is that he's not even doing it correctly and he's still doing what he's doing with it. So, it's all good.
I like listening to like other people break down stuff, and they were talking about, your son was throws wide shots, right? And that supposedly Haney's going to be able to see those shots from a mile away. And people don't get, like, when you're a knockout puncher, right? Like if you're a puncher, right, you're gonna give a little more, you're gonna extend a little bit more at times. It's gonna be not like a little bit not natural, and punchers can get away with that. Tank does it, you know what I mean? Big punchers do it. Canelo Alvarez, big prime example. um
All right.
do you feel like that is more of a cliche thing to say? Because do you feel like your son's IQ matches up just as good as Devin Haney's when it comes down to his sharp shots and stuff like that?
Absolutely. People, man, I done came on here so many times and had to tell so many people that, and this is not even being funny, is being actual and factual. I've been in boxing for a very, very, very long time. I've been around boxing for a very, very, very long time. I know the sport of boxing. I've been in the ring. I know the actions. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, my son, we make sure we dot all our I's and cross all our T's. I just said on the interview, I think yesterday, what we don't want to do, which is one of the reasons we went to Philly, one of the reasons we went to go work with Gillette Hackett up there, whatever else, and up in the northern places is we knew and we know, even in Cali, even in Vegas, we know where the work is. You get what I'm saying? We know where the work is, so we make sure we go everywhere to see all different types of fighters. You know what I mean? All different styles. And we make sure we don't run into anything that we don't know. Because the worst place to run into the style that you don't know or something that you don't know is in that ring on fight night. That's the worst place to be. Me and my son has hours of training on each and everything. We have hours of training on footwork. I forget hours. We have countless times of training on footwork, countless times of training on combinations, countless times of training on countering the jab. You know what I'm saying? Disrupting the combinations. Like we train on everything, every single thing. So when it's time to bring those back out, it's already sharp. You feel what I'm saying? It's already sharp. So when it's time to bring those things back out, okay, boom, we got this. We know how to solve this problem. We've seen this problem before. This is what you do. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, so no, no, no. I mean, they don't know what they're talking about. I can't wait. That's why I'm so excited about this fight. I can't wait to show the world.
Right, right. The stoppage in your behalf, you think it would happen early, late?
It's going to depend on Devin. It's going to depend on Devin and I guess the ring size. It's going to depend on what. It's very hard to knock a person out that don't that. It's very
Don't want to
hard to.
fight.
No, 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 no. It's very hard to knock a person out whose main objective is to not get knocked out. People got to understand that you have people that going. What was his name? Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo did not try to win the Canelo fight. He went in there with the main objective of not getting knocked out.
Right.
Edgar Berlanga, good fighter. Even though he did what he did, I think his main objective was not getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He did do his thing. He did try. I think he tried a lot harder than Charlo did. He can get credit for some of the stuff he did or whatever else, but I honestly believe his main objective was to survive. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to go. That's what they was worried about. Nobody wanted to get knocked out in front of Canelo. Same. You get it. You know how it go.
No, I know. Like Belanga, he stayed more in the mid range throughout the fight. Charlo, straight, far range, long range the whole time. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Getting into these super chats here. Hold on one second. Get into HLDs first. Uh,
Oh, she got HLD.
HLD in the house. HLD. Turkey set up a hit for Devin behind his back for stealing his purse May 2nd. The hitman is Norman Jr. Devin will duck, so be ready for the Tio. It's coming.
Tio not gonna bother.
Tio could have already exercised that mandatory and beat Haney to the punch. And now Devin Haney is getting the opportunity for the WBO title and rank number 1 in the WBC. Damn. Uh, I think it was
I mean,
Adrian.
look, it's what we talked about, man. It's nasty work, man. Their money talk, man. They do what they want to do. They do what they want to do. Like, people can make excuses. Again, I say it even when it comes to my fighter. People can make excuses, but let's keep it real across the board when we talking about what we talking about. That's why when you were saying what you were saying about Jen Sasaki, I was telling you, you know what? I pay attention, and that's not how that went. That's what I was telling you. You feel what I'm saying? I keep it real when it goes how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real when my son got where he got and he wasn't supposed to be there. I keep it real on that. But for example, Jen Sasaki was already there. What we talking about, he was already there. That's the truth.
Adrian, thank you for the $10. Salute to Norman Sr. Your son gained a new fan. That country brother from Georgia is the truth with hammers for hands. Solid fighter that is not there to run, there to put on a show. Thank you for the
Thank you. I
10 piece.
appreciate it. I
Great,
appreciate it.
great comment.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I've been saying also,
That's a true
we're
boxing
here.
fan.
It is a true boxing fan, and it's a true boxing fan. But some true boxing fan, well, uh, I've been saying this. The so-called non-casuals. You know what I'm saying? Like the one like me and you that we like boxing and we see again. I keep bringing up Jaleel Hackett, not Jaleel Hackett. Who just fought? Jaha Tucker, who just fought. Some of the little small, he didn't get the knockout. He didn't drop anybody, but some of the small things he was doing in that ring was very, very, very impressive to me. You feel what I'm
Very
saying?
dominant, yeah.
It was very Michael Fox. Couldn't talk about it enough. You feel what I'm saying? The stuff Michael Fox was doing in that ring was very, very. I'm a boxing head myself. You get what I'm saying? The casual fans like knockouts. You feel me? Bro, if y'all knew, that's why I couldn't stop talking about it and I called you. Remember, I hit you that night. I said, bro, we got to talk about Michael Fox. Remember?
Yeah.
I
Gotta show
was,
light on it.
we got to try to shed light on it. Or Lamont Roach. I was so excited about that. When I see performances, you know what? Tank against Ryan Garcia. With that, Ryan Garcia had he got a devastating left hook. Tank literally took it away from him from the beginning, and I peeped how he did it, and that deserved like to be shared on. So I get hype and crunk when I see stuff like that. You feel? I'm like, bro, are you watching this? Man? Did you see this? You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, back to Mike Fox, I'm looking at him swim without getting wet. I'm like, bro, that's what we say, but we don't even know what we looking at. This man is swimming. And he in his face swimming, you know what I'm saying? He turning him and turning him. Jahai Tucker. when he was stepping off to the side. Like if you go back and watch that fight, he was doing some very good things, and then you just had to know what you was looking at. To some people, it looked like he was just throwing a lot of punches. No, sir. That was a hell of a boxing IQ. My son against Jen Sasaki, flat-footed or not. Go back and watch that fight. Watch his feet. Watch his positioning. Watch how he was positioning his hands. Watch where he was placing them punches. Same thing with Santillan. I mean, bro, I get impressed by stuff like that. You know what I'm
But
saying?
but the key thing that your son said was like Jen Jen wasn't doing anything in there. He was just reacting to what I was doing.
Right, right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So he, and you know what
That's
that means. You know what
that's
that
level.
means. Yeah,
That's level.
yeah.
That's level.
At the highest level, you have to always try to catch up and catch up and catch up.
So and that's what boxing is. But that's my bad. Like I always do. I always skip my whole point. My point for going on that little rant I just went on about how good Michael Fox and all the rest of them, Jahad Tucker did, and all that. My whole point was that is we also look to entertain the fans. What I'm talking about may not entertain the fans. Like Michael Fox fight to some fans may not have been exciting. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard that. I'm just saying it may not have been exciting because there were no knockdowns. There was no blood. There was no guts. You get what I'm saying? But it was especially me seeing it live, it was very exciting to me. Um, but the casual fans like to see knockdowns. They want to see blood. They want to see people get hit. They want to hear. You know what I'm saying? They want to see, and that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to entertain all the fans. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're looking to do. That's why my son stay close quarters. He stay in the fire. If need be, he know how to get out the fire, get around the fire. Like I mean, that's what he do.
Yeah, man. You know, and that goes on time and time again. You guys working on sparring, going to get that sparring, and just trying new things out, getting comfortable. I mean, a lot of people don't see that. I mean, when you see a lot of these fighters just moving all over the ring and sparring as well, they're not working on things. You can't expect them to break fighters down in a real fight. You know, with 8 ounce gloves, you just can't expect it.
It ain't about just going in there throwing punches. It ain't about going in there Tank. Another shout out to Tank real quick. But he go in there sometimes, he throw limited shots, forget the composition. He'll throw limited shots, but then you notice he's the most accurate puncher in boxing. He knows what he can do. He knows that okay, if I hold this punch, and then when I land this punch, it's going to do this amount of damage. Like you just said, that takes practice. That takes precision. That takes years of training, hours of training a day and night. You know what I'm saying? To get it where you are confident enough to do that. And also just to go back on that, that's when I knew that Roach had Tank and he was in his head. He was very frustrated. Tank don't really get frustrated like that. I've seen Tank get beat in fights, up to a certain point where he comes back and knock him out. But what Roach was doing, he had him very, very frustrated. But again, that's just giving shout out to some of the subtle things I see in boxing that I love as a boxing head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And speaking of that rematch, these guys are going back and forth in Twitter. I was watching Lamont Roach's YouTube. They're saying that they're gonna knock him out, and Tank was listening. He's like, "Yeah, man, you got your bald headed coach telling you that that you gonna knock me out. This is funny now. This is funny. So I like this. That's gonna be a good fight, man."
That's how, man. That's how you get the fans involved. Us with me, Bill, Dev. If Dev decide to talk, you got my son doing interviews. I don't think Dev did one yet. He just put out that little tweet about he ass and then took it back and said, "I guess he's not so ass." But I hate that the fight is so far away because you gotta do what you do.
November.
Right. So you gotta do what you do up to that point. But let's still hold, make sure everything is everything, but it should. So I hate that it's so far away because I don't want anything to get away. I mean, with that type of time, that type of training camp, you can get a hand injury, a knee injury, an ankle. I mean, you get so many things.